What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again, and finally, The Rock has came back. Rockingham Speedway returns to the top 3 series of NASCAR, just not the Cup Series yet. What a amazing weekend. And yes, if you're a long-term viewer of the channel, you might be thinking, you're doing an Xfinity or truck post-race review? Yeah, the first time in the channel. Look, I had to do it. Look, I have been looking forward to watching a live Rockingham race for like 12 years, right? I remember the truck race there, or truck races there when Larson and Casey Kane won. But let's just be honest, it didn't feel nothing like the 2025 revival of Rockingham. I'm telling you, if they would have just played Metallica's NBC, intro or, commercial exit song, Fuel, it would have literally felt like a Winston Cup race. You already have the blurry CW, station, signal, right? For a lot of people, you know what I'm talking about. Your local CW station is very blurry. So it's already got the little bit of the retro feel to it. All it needed is a little bit of Metallica, and it would have literally been NBC with Rockingham Speedway. That's how it felt. It was so Winston Cup. It was amazing. Trucks, Xfinity, fuel mileage races, extremely fun racing. It was everything I was hoping it would be. I've literally been saying for so many years on this channel, I want Rockingham Speedway back, and I truly think it would put on a show, right? And I'm not taking credit for it, right? But I'm just saying, Rockingham absolutely nailed it. Perfect racing. It was so much fun, man. It was basically everything Richmond wishes it was. A high-banked, super fast, multi-groove, double wide, racetrack where you could run the outside, you could run the bottom, but it's not like you can just flat-foot it and be perfect. They were running very similar racing lines to Darlington, where every lap you are running a different line. It was just amazing. And this is when the pavement is as new as it's going to be, right? So every year it's going to get worn out. Wow, what a show. Comment down below what y'all thought about Rockingham returning in 2025. Just amazing stuff, honestly. And I say, I've been saying for years that I want Rockingham back, and I feel like it would be great racing. I'm not going to take credit for it, man. God gets the glory for any success or any predictions or anything like that. But so Tyler Ankrum wins the truck race, and the victory lane for that race, I'm telling you, it felt so old school. It felt 2004 Fox style, because they wanted to do the interview on the front straightaway, and I don't know if he intentionally did this or not, but he drove away, went to the back straightaway, came back, and basically just told the TV network, no, we're not doing it. And then they drove around and made like a makeshift victory lane and did the proper interview. And he got out of the truck and his crew was there. That's how it should be done every week. I'm so ready for them to go back to the victory lane style, when interviews for the winner of the race. I get it. You want to celebrate with the fans. Celebrate with the people that got you there too, man. It's crazy, the pit crew and the team that do all the work, and then the driver just gets out and just starts talking. Wait till victory lane. As a fan of the old school racing, and I say old school, I'm talking, a decade ago, you always look forward to seeing what the driver would say, right? You would just wait for that car to pull into victory lane and then all the confetti and all that stuff. Wait till then to do the interview. Does it really hurt them to wait a few more minutes? I'm just keeping it real. So that delayed kind of interview really felt old school. I loved it. And then Jesse Love won the NASCAR Xfinity race. Just what an incredible show, man. I mean, it literally had everything. You had 15 cautions in the Xfinity race. You had fuel mileage craziness. You had multiple red flags. You had controversy. I mean, it had everything you needed for a Winston Cup style race. Oh, by the way, apparently it sold out for the Xfinity race. And there was the best truck crowd. I can't even remember. Maybe Eldora the first few years. It legit was just magical. It was the best throwback race NASCAR has ever seen, and it wasn't a true traditional throwback race. Over the moon for it, man. What an amazing event. And now I have to start thinking about, okay, the Cup Series. The rumors are they're going to be coming back to Rockingham. I think before this race weekend, it's pretty well obvious they're coming back to the Cup Series for the Rock. They would never have repaved this track to just be Xfinity and trucks only, because it won't be sustainable, right? Cup Series is coming back. It's just a matter of when. That's how I'm looking at it, unless something crazy happens. I'm hearing maybe 2027, 2028. I'm like, come on, guys. Just put it on the track, the track schedule next year. 2026, why not? If Dodge is trying to, jump ahead and get into the truck series in 2026, why can't they just mark on their calendar Rockingham for 2026? I think, in my honest opinion, you need to strike when the iron is hot, right? They did this with North Wilkesboro. They built it up, they repainted it, they did all this magical stuff to it, and then they announced, boom, All-Star race, Cup Series coming back. They striked when the iron was hot. Right now, Rockingham is red hot in the NASCAR community. Now's the time to officially announce it, and don't tell people when they're going to race yet. Just say it's coming back next year. And people will be waiting and waiting and waiting daily to see if they can order their tickets to the show. I would have went to the race, but I live in Texas. That's like 15 hours away, right? I'm just saying that's what I would do. They're going to need more capacity if they do bring a Cup race there. They have, I think, 32,000 capacity right now. Definitely, if they bring a Cup Series race, they're going to have to get some temporary grandstands for sure, because there's no way that they'll have way more than that, in my opinion. What a magical event. It literally was perfect. I mean, the atmosphere, the weather, God bless the weather. It was just, it could not have been better. In all honesty, every single thing that needed to happen happened for Rockingham's return in 2025. And it's so old school, man. Just watching it. And in 3 and 4, where it has that old school, it's like the old school scoreboard, right? And then I think back in the day it had Winston Cup Series on there. Well, it has like a Monster Energy logo or something. That shot of the cars running through 3 and 4 with that old school, I don't know, scoreboard. It's not a billboard. It just brought me back to 2003, 2004, man. It's just, it's just so cool, man. I tell you, it was a magical event. I'm so excited for Rockingham, and 250 laps at the Rock feels like 400 laps at a 1.5 mile. In all honesty, and that's what I love about it. Like, it says 250 laps. You're like, oh, it's going to be over in an hour. This was an endurance race. I feel like this race was almost as long as most Cup races, in a good way. I love endurance stock car racing. I'm curious what y'all thought, man. Comment down below. Does the Cup Series need to return in 2026 to Rockingham, or do they need to wait a little bit? And I'll end my video on this. A lot of people will probably say they need to fix the short track package before then. I'm just going to keep it real. Also, the reason why I chose purple, even though it looks pink, is because the Xfinity series, and it kind of matches that. Since we're talking about trucks at Xfinity, I just settled on one color. That makes it simple, pretty much. Anyways, NASCAR, if they go to Rockingham in 2026, a lot of people are going to be skeptical about the short track package. It's going to race like crap. Here's the thing that a lot of people that probably wasn't in the know about Rockingham is, it's like a 1 mile track. Short track, right? But guess what? It does not race like a traditional short track. It races like a 1.5 mile. Both ends of the track are completely different, right? 1 and 2 has, I think, less banking, and 3 and 4 has more banking. The corners are quirky. It is literally a Frankenstein of a short track, but it races just like a 1.5 mile. If you enjoyed Iowa for the NASCAR Cup Series race in 2024, which I thought was a slam dunk of an event, this racetrack has so much more banking and speed than Iowa. If Next Gen runs good at Iowa, it's going to run amazing at Rockingham. I'm telling you, this would, if you're building a short track for the Gen 7 car, it's Rockingham. 1,000% it will run the best at Rockingham, I think, than any other short track. I'm just saying, I truly think so, because it's fast enough to make the next-gen cars race good. The next-gen car is the best, by far, side-by-side stock car in NASCAR history, bar none. They can run side-by-side at a track like Nashville for 2 to 3 laps in a row. They've already done that. They've proved that. So, you have the best side-by-side racing car. It runs insanely good at 1.5 miles. Oh, by the way, this racetrack races a lot like a 1.5 mile. I'm just saying, if you're building a short track, a racetrack for the next gen car, Rockingham is exactly what you would be building it for, I think. That's just my opinion. I respect everyone else's opinions as well. Comment down below. Let's have a good discussion. Fantastic stuff, man. It's just so cool, man. I'm freaking... Literally, I've been waiting so long to watch Rockingham. That's why we're doing an Xfinity post-race. I have never done this before, right? I've only done the Cup Series and I think a couple Indy 500 ones, but that's all for now. Thank you all so much for watching the video, and of course, if you want to help support the channel, make sure to tap it over there at Circle B Diecast. Use promo code Diecastbuffet. You can save on shipping for all the newest Diecast coming out. If you're looking to pre-order some of the new 164s coming out, May, All-Star Week to the Coke 600, there's going to be a megalodon of 164s coming out. I'm just saying, tap in, get your pre-order set. There's going to be some heavy hitters. You're going to see some Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott diecast. Don't be surprised those sell out quickly. Just saying. That's the ones you need to prioritize if you're a fan of that driver. Go ahead and pre-order it so you ain't got to wait on it. Just for context real quick, Chase Elliott's 2024 car sold out at Circle B in 2024 very early. I'm just saying. I don't know if they're making more or less of the 2025 variant, but it is something to consider. That's all for now. Diecast Buffet. Signing off.